Bom dia, Asia.
Bom dia.
Bom dia, Jocelyn. I hope you had a great weekend, relaxing. I saw your videos. I enjoyed the videos very much, so thank you. I thought you did a good job. There were many creative things that you can do in the home, and I really enjoyed those. So I put your grades with some comments. This week we are going to continue. Somebody else, I'm at the meeting, somebody else. We're going to continue with lição 3. It's the last chapter, as you know. This is pretty much the last full week of classes, and then we do have class Monday, and your final exam will be next Friday. I'm admitting one more person. Okay, let me say bom dia. Have Tony. Bom dia, Tony.
Bom dia.
E Dylan. Bom dia, Dylan. Okay, Jocelyn, I got your message. Bom dia, Dylan. All right, so bom dia. I have Tiana getting into. All right, good job, bom dia, bom dia. And Makaya is also in. All right, so let me tell you just a little bit about this background while I meet more people in the classroom. Bom dia, everyone. Bom dia a todos. Okay, Asia, I got it. So if you have to leave before the end, just remind me. I'm recording the session. I can send it to you so you can watch the whole thing, because today we're going to go over readings that will be in the final exam. So I really want you to understand the whole context, and I'll tell you the pages to read as well. I understand sometimes people have to work. Okay, I have Jayla in the waiting room. So this background here is from Rio de Janeiro, which is in the southeast. We already studied the southeast, so you should remember some basic facts about the southeast of Brazil, which is São Paulo, Rio, Minas, and Espírito Santo. But most of the times people talk about Rio and São Paulo just because they are the largest Brazilian, largest in terms of population, okay, the most populated, I should say, Brazilian cities, okay? So both Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo, they are states as well as cities. So capital city is Rio de Janeiro. The name of the whole state is also Rio de Janeiro. So the capital city is only by the coast there, and it's very pretty. And one of the things they have is this background I'm showing you, which is the botanical gardens. And I put it here because in my literature class, we're talking about a writer who used to love to go to these botanical gardens as often as she could, and she would write there. So she would take notes, and then they became beautiful short stories and novels too. She published, I believe it was 9 novels, beautiful ones, and many more than 200 short stories. And her name is Clarice Lispector. So if you ever take my literature class, I will offer literature next semester. I believe I already told you about that. If you're registering, if you're still looking for a class, it's a junior level literature class about Luso-Brazilian literature. So we read short stories, poems, and probably 1 or 2 novels from people both from Brazil, Portugal, African countries. Okay, the focuses on Afro-Brazilian writers and Afro-Lusophone writers. All right, so that's it for announcements. Do you have any other announcement to share? No? Okay, and I mentioned in the beginning, if you just joined, that I did watch all the videos I received, and I loved them. It was very entertaining, very nice to see you speaking Portuguese and doing fun things around the home. So I had people doing from artistic things like drawing or producing something artistic to braiding somebody's hair was really cute and creative. I saw people doing exercises, different exercise routines at home, cooking. So it was really, really interesting. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Now I'm going to show you 2 pages we're going to read today. So this is part of the culture, okay? Cultura, as you know, is also part of this course. We study not only the language, but the culture. So make sure to review those before the tests next week. One of them here is about just a little bit of culture in English, so you can read this yourselves, but it talks about some eating and drinking habits, because as you know, this chapter is about things we do for leisure and also foods, things we like to cook and eat. So café com leite is something that we usually have for breakfast. When I go back to Brazil, I always make sure to go to a little coffee bar and then have like the typical Brazilian breakfast. So café com leite is just hot milk with strong coffee. We put some sugar in the coffee too. Chá, okay, of course, tea is very common too for people who don't drink coffee, or I do like to drink coffee in the morning. That's what I'm having right now, my cafezinho. It's not with milk though, it's just plain. And chá, I prefer to have chá, tomar chá, or beber chá, like in the evening, because after 6, if I drink coffee, I get too hyper and I don't go to bed till at least 2 a.m. and I need to get up early every day. So I prefer to go to bed around 11 or midnight and be up bright and early, feeling good. So chá would be the tea for me, chá after 6. Yesterday I had chá de hortelã, which is mint tea. It was really good and refreshing. But right now I'm enjoying my café. Cafezinho, we call it cafezinho a lot of times because it's just a small café. It's not very big. Mine is kind of medium today. I need some for Monday, some coffee, extra coffee for Monday. Breakfast, we also include fruit and juice. We love our fruits because we are in a tropical country, so we have all kinds of delicious fruits. The Amazon has many delicious exotic fruits that we enjoy too, because we freeze them and we can have all over the country and even here. So suco de frutas is very common, okay? Os Moçambicanos, people from Mozambique, you already know that Mozambique also speaks Portuguese. It's a country in Africa, very beautiful, and it's on the west, let me see, no, it's east coast, Mozambique. They prefer tea according to our text here. So remember, this is according to the book, okay? Everything that I ask in the test is going to be according to the book, because that's what I follow. They have a light breakfast, café da manhã ligeiro, or leve. You can say leve, L-E-V-E. So people sometimes have a snack in the late morning. I don't like to do that. Maybe I have a Mozambican heart or something, because I do like to wake up and just have something light, like a yogurt. And then in the mid-morning, I'm a little hungry. So I have something one of you presented for your oral exams, which is hard-boiled eggs. I love to have 1 or 2 hard-boiled eggs like mid-morning if I have a chance. I think it's a great breakfast full of protein. Ovo cozido, that's how we say. Bica is espresso in Portugal, so we love espressos too. Cafezinho, espresso coffee in Brazil. That's what I told you, we like to have espresso. So it's very dark coffee, to really wake you up in the morning. And pastry, we love our pastries, especially homemade things. Café, in a cafe or coffee shop, or at home, of course. Nowadays we like to cook at home a lot, especially we have to. So there are lots of recipes online. If you are the adventurous type for the kitchen, go ahead and look on YouTube. I was just learning yesterday how to make pãozinho. It's called pão francês. It's not from France. It's really a Brazilian invention from the 19th, early 20th century. It's a bread. I can put a recipe for you to try on later on. It's an easy bread to make at home. And they're very crunchy and delicious in the morning. So that's why we like to have café, pão, so that's the pão francês, you can say French bread, or pão de sal, salt bread, e manteiga, that's it. Manteiga is butter. Okay, e maybe fruit. Yeah, I love to have oranges, apples, pears, whatever fruit of this season, frutas, pera, pear. Cereal are becoming more popular. I think it's more for kids. Yeah, like they say here, among the younger generation. So when I go to Brazil, I buy cereal for my daughters, but I don't usually have it. I just never got used to eating cereal very much. You may like it, so of course you can find some in Brazil. Not as many varieties like here, but you can find some. Sucrilhos is a common one. It's It's that sweet one that's very crunchy, you can find there. The main meal of the day is lunch. We already spoke about lunch a lot. O almoço, so almoçar is the verb, or almoço is the noun. Usually between 12 and 2, depending on the country. Yeah, I do like to eat around 11, 12, no later than 1. But some people, of course, in some days it happens that you don't have the time, or you're out and about and you have to eat a late lunch. But most restaurants, they open between 11 and 2 for lunch, 11 a meio-dia. Dinner é o jantar, and the verb is also jantar. You can also say janta for dinner without the R. A janta, in that case, it could be feminine. So o jantar ou a janta. It's served after 7 or 8, so it's much later than here. I notice here many people eat at 5, 5:30. The other day, even Mr. Momento said he had dinner at 3. I said, oh, in Brazil, we never do that. That's kind of a late lunch. We eat dinner late, 7:30, so common time for dinner. What else here? Yeah, of course, for some festivities, when you have outdoor parties, not now, of course, it's much later. It can be a dinner at 10 or even 11, and then you go out for nightlife. It goes much later, so that's another aspect of the culture. Okay, now we're going to read about something else. Lisboa, Portugal. Okay, what they eat there. So some things they can also do there, not only to eat. And here's a picture. Que cidade de Portugal parece mostrar esta fotografia? Do you have any guesses about what city this is? It looks very cosmopolitan.
What page are you on?
Página 140, 140. Okay, hold on, I have more people in the waiting room, and I'm going to share the screen. Page 140. All right, so this is the picture I'm referring to. Any guesses what city this is? Que cidade portuguesa? It's a Portuguese city. Lisboa. It's Lisboa, it says right here. So Lisbon is the capital of Portugal. It's a very cosmopolitan, which means lots of people, lots of city life. 2 milhões de pessoas. And I have people that I know, friends, and one cousin also living there in Lisboa. They say everybody's pretty calm there. You know, they have had some cases, but not as many as even North Carolina. It's a small country, only 10 million people altogether. So, que tipo de cidade parece ser? How do you think it is? Calma, movimentada. I had the chance of going there. It was almost 3 years ago, 2017, to take a seminar. So I learned a lot about the history and the culture of the city. I noticed it's very cosmopolitan, like I said, tá muito ocupada, cosmopolita, okay? As pessoas andam pelas ruas, like that's something nice that you see people walking the streets a lot, taking transporte público. So there are cars, but a lot of people use the public transportation, which I love. I think it's very good to use public transportation, and it's better for the environment. Transporte público, and they do have some traditional things that I heard will be approved here in Greensboro. So I'm excited because I live in Greensboro, and they are going to approve a tram system. So it's going to feel like a little nostalgic, and it's also very good for the environment. You know, trains. We should have more trains, I think, in the US, because they're so much better for the environment than, you know, all these cars, buses. So I'm excited about that. Na sua opinião, que lugares de diversão há nesta cidade? Let's see, Asia. What do you think people do for fun in general? Of course, not now. People have to stay more home.
Maybe cook.
Sim, cozinhar. They do have a lot of restaurants. Yeah, that's something definitely they'll take you to go out and eat if you go there, and you see lots of people, you know, locals like to stay out in a patio like this and enjoy, especially in the summertime, spring and summertime, you know, and they take you to these places. So if you go there, make sure to ask a local where you should go. Don't go to the just touristic places, because you're not going to have the traditional experience, of course. So, either cooking or going out to eat when it's open, of course. It's going to take a little while. I heard it's probably going to be next year when people can really do that a whole lot. So esse é um restaurante típico. I'm sure they have takeout, so you can at least do that in the meantime. Que horas são provavelmente? What time do you think it is in this picture here? Que horas são provavelmente? Let's see, Tony.
Well, I can say it in English. It's probably around 6 o'clock.
São 6. São, remember, são 6 da tarde.
São 6
Da tarde.
da tarde.
Ok, muito bom. Na sua opinião, qual é a melhor hora para se divertir? We're talking about fun here because remember the topic of this chapter is having fun, you know, going out to eat, going out to dance, going out, you know, to do things. But of course we can find fun things to do at home too, so we can talk about those. But Dylan, can you answer this question first? Na sua opinião, qual é a melhor hora para se divertir? What's the best time to have fun? Divertir-se is the verb to have fun.
Hold on. Number 5.
Número 5. You can just say like daytime or nighttime, de dia ou de noite.
What was nighttime?
De noite ou à noite.
De noite.
Noite. You can either say de noite ou à noite. Ok, muito bem. I think so too. Usually for fun, I think in the evening, de manhã, wrong accent, à tarde, or you can also say de tarde. Yeah, I think that during the day is more work, trabalho, estudo, né? E à noite, if you can go out sometimes to have fun. Of course, we can't go out now, so what we did Friday night was have a fire outside. It was fun, just having a fire, and the kids were around. Everybody was happy just to be, you know, around the fire. So if you can make a fire, I don't know where you live, if you can. In some cities, I know it's not allowed, but if you make a small one in the backyard, I think it's okay most places. And it was a lot of fun, just, you know, talking, enjoying a little bit of outside time. It was a beautiful evening. Ok, na sua opinião, ok, we did that, thank you, obrigada, Dylan. The next one, onde é que você vai para se divertir? Where do you go to have fun? Like I told you, these days for me, backyard. We say o quintal, eu vou para o quintal. So I'm sure not today, it's rainy here, but hopefully next weekend there will be some nice weather, we can do that again. Então, in my case, I would say vou para o quintal. I can't really go anywhere else. E você, que tal? Let's see, next person. Chris. Bom dia, Chris. I didn't say bom dia, tia. Bom dia. Para onde você vai para se divertir? You can talk about usual. No, not right now. In general, do you go to a party? Do you go to a friend's house? Do you go to the club? Where do you go somewhere more quiet?
This is
number 6, número 6. Onde você vai para se divertir? Where do you go to have fun?
Where do I go to have fun?
Maybe you work out, maybe you, I don't know, walk to a park. Some people go running. I'm not a runner, but I see some people running sometimes here. Run in the streets, run in the park, whatever you do just for fun, or just listen to music, watch a film.
Eu vou,
Eu vou, sim.
Eu vou A discoteca?
Eu vou à discoteca.
Yeah.
Okay, muito bom. E para descansar? Can you answer that one as well, Chris? E para descansar? What about to rest? Where do you go to rest? Para onde você vai para descansar?
Eu vou dormir ou minha casa?
Sim, eu vou dormir na minha casa.
Na minha casa, ok.
Yeah, you can say na minha casa or you can say em casa. Two ways, whenever we find
Casa.
easier. Eu gosto de dormir em casa.
Okay. Thank you.
De nada, well, thank you. Dormir em casa. It's just a common way of saying. You don't need to use any preposition before casa. All right, I think I have a message. Let me check the chat just a sec. Oh, okay, Asia had to leave. I'm gonna ask Jocelyn, I know you can talk, maybe you can type the next answer for me, which is, quando você sai à noite, como é que você gosta de se divertir? Maybe you like to go to a bar or to a friend's house or just stay home. I don't know, to a film, see a movie at the movie theater. It's not this. Are you there, Jocelyn? I'm not seeing an answer from her. See the next person. Tiana. Número 7. Quando você sai à noite, como é que você gosta de se divertir?
Did it say like where?
How do you like to have fun when you go out at night?
I like to party.
Eu gosto de festar.
Can you say it one more time?
Eu gosto de festar.
Eu gosto de festar.
Ok, muito bom. Eu gosto de festa. You can say de ir a festas, but just eu gosto de festa is the simple way. Eu gosto de festa, I like to party. Ok, muito bom. Next question will be número 8. Em que restaurantes é que você gosta de comer? Just in case you have a favorite restaurant where you like to go out to eat. Jayla.
What that mean?
In what restaurants do you like to eat? Em que restaurantes?
Oh,
Do you have a favorite restaurant? I don't know.
probably Olive Garden.
Okay, you could say eu gosto, just to answer using a verb.
Eu
Gosto
gosto
do Olive Garden.
do Olive Garden.
Okay, perfeito. E the next activity here, actually, let me show you the bigger version. That's too small, at least for my eyes. Okay, you have some ads here from a Portuguese magazine. So remember, this time we are talking about Portugal, specifically Lisbon. Okay, offer solution for some of the problems in the next page. So it's just people on vacation there, and they're trying to decide where to go. They don't know much about the place, so they have to read the ads and decide. So the options you have here: Zé da Bica, restaurante típico. It's probably this one here in the picture. Sardinha assada. Oh, that's something they love in Portugal, especially in the summertime. For sardines, and they bake them, baked sardines. They grill them. So there's a grill outside, and they put it there. It's very common. If you don't like sardinhas, they also have pastel de bacalhau. Pastéis is the plural. This would be, it's like, let's think if you know anything like that. It's a very simple dough, but then you put something inside. It can be cheese, meat. The other day I had some that I liked. It was with, It's a vegetable that you can put inside. And some people also like to put the sweet stuff. So I've seen chocolate, I've seen guava paste inside. So it can be 1,000 variations of fillings, you know, for pastéis. In this case, Portuguese people, they do love bacalhau, which is the codfish. So there are thousands of ways to prepare bacalhau. And so this is one of the bifanas. I don't even know what that is, probably fish, I would guess. I don't know. Chouriço, that's sausage, smoked sausage. Caldo verde. Caldo verde is a soup. Caldo verde, it's a vegetable soup. Caldo is the word for soup, like a broth. Broa de milho, it's corn, kind of cornbread, but it's the typical way that they make it. It's very good. Arroz doce is the sweet rice. Okay. They also have another restaurant here that's specialized in seafood. Marisco is the word for seafood. And it's open until midnight, aberto até as 24 horas. Remember, they do eat a little later than people in the US in general. Aceitam-se reservas, you can call and make a reservation. Praça da Lota in Cascais. So this is Cascais, it's not Lisbon, okay? But it's not far. Cascais is more probably 40 minutes from Lisbon, and it has beaches. So a lot of people like that place a lot. That's why they're good at seafood. And for children, they have some options here. Teatro, Alice no País das Maravilhas, Jardim Botânico. So you can go there if you have children, if you have a little brother, sister, cousin, there, maybe you want to see this play, teatro, Alice in Wonderland. Oceanário de Lisboa, oh, that's for my daughter, she would love that. Or the Jardim Zoológico, because she's fascinated with animals. So Oceanário would be the for the animals of water, like sharks and those animals in the water. And it's open at different times. The cost to get in is between 5 to 10 euro. So it's a little more than $10. And you have the phone number. Atelier, aprender com o circo. That's for people who like hands-on activities. You know, if you're the child in your family likes to would like to go something aquatic. You know, the learning with the circus. Malabarismo would be things you do in circus. You know, professor especializado. So Jardim Zoológico is the zoo. And then other option, you can go to Sintra. I've been there. It's 40 minutes from Lisbon too. You can take a train and go there. Very nice, pleasant trip, and spend the day there. It's a common destination because they have a palace there. When the royal family used to go on vacation there in the palace, you know, and then we can visit the whole palace. Take a guided tour. It's very neat. Museu do Brinquedo, they also have that. Hoje, das 10 às 18 horas, and you pay. It's very cheap to get in. It's a toy museum. Okay, Dinossauro Mania. I believe they have dinosaurs also, you know, as toys, of course. And then the other option, oh, I would love this one. That's what I did. I went to see Fado, but it wasn't in the museum. Fado is the typical Portuguese music and dance. So they sing and they perform beautifully. You know, they need singers, both male and female singers. So the place I went was really neat because we had dinner and also saw the performance. So Fado no Museu, that would be it. And you also see the museum, so it's probably very nice to see the artwork. So for those art lovers up there, Fado no Museu. And then Museu de Marinha e Planetário, siga a rota dos portugueses através da história das suas embarcações. So you go to, if you like to learn about history, you'd go to this museum to see what the Portuguese did during the navigation times, the colonization times, because they were great navigators. And then cinema, always a good option. Anywhere you go, you can go see a movie. And they have different rooms. Remember, Portugal is a small country, you know, so everywhere you go, it's not going to be as big as if you go to like a big city in the US, you know, even though it's pretty large with 2 million people. Okay, so of course it's not like Greensboro, Winston, it's bigger than that. It's more like the atmosphere in maybe Raleigh, you know, place like that. So you have to read the situations here and decide which place. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the next person to the first one. So it will be, my list here, I have Makaya. Are you there, Makaya?
Yes.
Okay, so for you, please. Senhor Ferreira e a esposa têm 3 filhos com idades entre os 7 e 13 anos. Todos gostam de animais, especialmente das espécies que não existem na Europa. Pandas, leões, elefantes, girafas, crocodilos. Mas eles também gostam do mar e da vida dos animais marinhos. Tubarões, sharks, turtles, pinguins, focas. Focas, I forgot the name of foca. In English right now, it's a cute animal that swims also. Mammal, I believe it's a mammal. A família quer divertir-se durante uma tarde de domingo, mas deve ficar em Lisboa, porque na segunda-feira as crianças têm que ir para a escola. So where would you take this family that has the kids between these ages, 7 e 13, and they like animals and they should stay in Lisbon?
To the zoo.
To the zoo, zoológico. Let's see if the zoológico is in Lisbon. That would work great. Let's just make sure. Lisboa, Jardim Zoológico. Yeah, that would work perfect. And the other option would be also the Oceanário, right?
Is it what is that? The aquarium?
The aquarium. So one of these two, but I believe you're right because the Jardim Zoológico probably has all kinds of animals that would interest them. And second option, I guess, would be the Oceanário. Okay, well, very good. And then the next one, I'll ask Dylan, por favor. So I'll read the description quickly and you choose the best one. So this is a reading activity. In the test, I will have a reading for you with some questions to answer. Senhor Morris, turista americano, visita Lisboa pela primeira vez. Ele quer conhecer a arte e a cultura de Portugal. Ele gosta de museus e galerias de arte moderna. Este fim de semana, durante o dia, ele quer visitar os centros culturais da cidade. À noite, ele prefere ir ao teatro ou a concertos de música clássica ou de música tradicional. Também gosta de comer em restaurantes que servem comida típica. O que você acha que ele deve fazer este fim de semana? So it's an art lover. What are a couple of things that he could do and then eat in a restaurant in Lisbon?
Fado no museu.
Yes, I think he would love that. I agree. Muito bom, fado no museu. And then a restaurant. Which restaurant would you pick for him? Qual restaurante você acha que ele vai gostar? Em Lisboa, has to be in Lisboa.
Hold on, where am I picking from?
It could be either O Borda d'Água or Zé da Bica. Which restaurant do you think he would like?
Zé da Bica.
Zé da Bica. Muito bom, very good. Zé da Bica, so he would go to this place with typical foods. And then the last situation, number 3, I will ask Tiana. Tiana, what do you think? Hoje é o dia do aniversário do Jorge, so today is George's birthday. Ele faz 13 anos, he's 13, e adora histórias de aventura no espaço. He likes adventures in space stories. Os colegas dele na escola também gostam de filmes de ficção científica, so they like science fiction movies. His friends, classmates is colegas. Dele, if you remember, means his classmates. Os pais do Jorge vão convidar todos os colegas e amigos dele para irem ao cinema. Okay, so convidar, they're gonna invite friends. Vai ser uma surpresa para o Jorge encontrar os amigos no cinema. Os pais do Jorge só têm um problema a resolver. Para que filme que eles devem comprar os bilhetes? So you already know it's gonna be a movie, but we have to decide which movie. Okay? Oh, where's the movie theater one? I think it's page 141. Yeah, page 141, página 141. So these are the options. Guerra dos Mundos, that's Star Wars. Batman, o início. Batman, the beginning. Parque Jurássico, Jurassic Park. A Cidade do Pecado, Sin City. A Guerra das Estrelas, Star Wars. So this is World Wars, and this is Star Wars. O amor está no ar, love is in the air.
Okay, so could it be between Sala 5 and Sala 3?
Sala 3. Sala 3 is Parque Jurássico, Jurassic Park. And the other one you said?
Sala 5.
Sala 5 is Star Wars, A Guerra nas Estrelas.
Okay. I guess Sala 5.
Sim, eu concordo. I agree. Sala 5, A Guerra das Estrelas for science fiction lovers. Very good. This writing here, I think I would like you to do it. It would be good if you did it. You can do it for extra credit because I already put an assignment there for the grade. So I will let you do it if you want to. And if so, please email it to me by Monday. Okay, you have 1 week to write. You have to read all the information here first to understand what's going on, and I can add this extra credit to the final exam. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions, but all the instructions are here on these 2 pages. Okay, so you have to write a letter following these prompts. Now I would like to at least start reading with you the last reading, which is called Horizontes. I definitely will also include some information there in the final. It's right here.
I have a question.
Sim, senhora.
When is the final?
When is the final? It's next Friday, not this Friday, next at 8 o'clock. And you have to take it on Canvas. So if you did have problems opening the quiz, I know a few people did, maybe 2 or 3 of you had problems opening the quiz, maybe contact the IT. You can put a ticket and ask them to look at your computer. We do need to make sure that Canvas is working for you to take the final exam. You know, so try your best to make sure it works before then. Okay, we can try another time because I'm going to do another quiz Friday. This Friday you have the last quiz of the semester. So if it still is giving you trouble, you definitely need to contact some IT people to help, because we do need to make sure it's working. And the best browser for Canvas to work is Firefox. So make sure you install Firefox in your computer. Okay, there will be activities. There will be reading, writing, listening, not speaking, because speaking already did the project. But the whole test will have to be on the computer because we are not allowed to go on campus. Okay, so o Nordeste do Brasil, I'm gonna read myself this time, just follow along, but this information will be in the exam, so make sure you pay very close attention to what we're reading. Okay, so o Nordeste do Brasil includes several states. Os estados da região Nordeste são Bahia, is 1 state, Alagoas, another state, so 2, Pernambuco, 3, Paraíba, 4, Rio Grande do Norte, 5, Ceará, 6, Sergipe, 7, Piauí, 8 e Maranhão, 9. São 9 estados, okay? 9 states. O Nordeste ocupa 18,26% da área total do Brasil. I'll definitely ask you that because I want to know how big it is. Okay, ocupa 18,26%. So 18.6% of the total area of Brazil. Almost 1/5 of the size of the country is the Northeast. E tem uma população de aproximadamente 54 milhões de pessoas. Yes, so 54 million people live there in the Northeast. And then a little bit of its history. Os portugueses chegaram ao Brasil em 1500, desembarcando em Porto Seguro, na Bahia. This is an important name to remember because it's the first place the Portuguese landed. So it's a place called Porto Seguro, na Bahia. And if you can, take a look at the map, okay? It's good to, you can Google the map and look for Nordeste. So it's spelled like this, Northeast. And really study this area because it will be important for the cultural and the reading and the test. O estado da Bahia mantém muitas tradições culturais e religiosas africanas. É a terra do jogo da capoeira, uma arte marcial de origem africana, e do candomblé, culto religioso com raízes no continente africano. I'll send you videos after class of capoeira and candomblé. So these are two very important aspects of Afro-Brazilian culture that many people know how to do in Bahia. They're probably the best at doing those things. So capoeira is considered a sport today, but it's a mix of martial arts and music. So it's very interesting because it combines the two elements. Okay, in Candomblé is a religion. It's considered a pagan religion, but they believe in orishas. Orishas. I'll also send you a video. There are 16 orishas. Each person is under the protection of one of the orishas, so they pay homage to them. You know, like they have statues and they pray, they try to follow a very peaceful and very strict religion even. Okay, and people wear white on Fridays, people who believe in Candomblé. And even though it's an Afro-Brazilian religion, of course, there are many people from all races that do it, you know, and some people even mix it or historically mixed it with Catholicism. So there are some elements that if you are Catholic, if you're a Christian, you're going to think are similar because they had to mix those two to make sure it survived. I think it's very interesting that they were able to keep a religion going even though they were living under a very harsh slavery. So I love to learn about culture, and Candomblé is a main part of the culture. O estado de Pernambuco já foi o maior produtor de açúcar do mundo e ainda hoje tem um papel muito importante na história da economia da região. Os antigos engenhos de açúcar mantêm viva a história do tráfico de escravos. A festa de São João é a festa mais popular de Pernambuco e é sempre acompanhada de um bom forró, o ritmo musical típico da região. So this is another state they're focusing on, Pernambuco. I do have friends from there, so I love the accent. They use tutti in several different slangs, you know, different variations of talking. And they were very big in sugar production in the world before. Okay, it was the biggest ever. And that's why there were even Dutch people there trying to also profit. They were able to steal from the Portuguese, you know, at some point they had control of part of the state. So there's a lot of Dutch influência holandesa. Okay, and today still has an important paper, you know, role, let's say that, in the economy of the area. So the sugar plantations before, they're called engenhos de açúcar. Engenho would be like where the things, the place where they used to produce sugar in the past. And I'm talking about the 16th, 17th, 18th century, because after that, its importance was much smaller. Even though we still have engenhos, okay, but it's just different now, it's more modern, of course. And then, of course, they had to bring a lot of labor, so that's why there was much slavery in that area. Okay, and they also brought their customs, their traditions, and their parties. And one of the big festivals is called São João, Saint John, a festa mais popular. It's the most popular, and people like to dance this type of music, which is called forró. Okay, it's the typical rhythm of the area. And then in Maranhão, the other state, o tambor de crioula é uma festa típica dedicada a São Benedito, santo negro e filho de escravos. Many people in Brazil pray a lot to Saint Benedict, the African. So I go to a church that's called Saint Benedict, but it's Saint Benedict the Italian. There are 3 Saint Benedicts. The Saint Benedict that many people pray for in Brazil is black. So a black man that lived in Africa, and he was very holy. So he's considered the patron saint of many people. Many people really pray for him, asking for his help, his intercession, because he was really a holy man. Okay, so he was a son of slaves, so San Benedito. Oh, you can see my screen. I'm on page 146. Okay, so let me make sure I share that page. 146, because this reading is crucial. Okay, I really want you to know lots of important aspects. So read it again. We can go back to it next class if you have more questions. Outras festas folclóricas da região são a ciranda, o coco de roda, os caboclinhos e o maracatu. So you can do some research and find out from me. Also, if you want to do that for extra credit, that would be great. About what, if you like the culture, that would be a great research to do. What are these types of dance parties, okay? So one is ciranda, the other is coco de roda, the other is caboclinhos, the other is maracatu. And there are some questions here I'll ask you to answer at home for next class. And here is a picture of Pelourinho in Bahia. Ana, I meant to say I'm sorry that the study abroad to Bahia was canceled this year, and I hope you have a chance of going next year or the year after. It's really beautiful. And then to finish today, I wanted to share with you a song which is about that, okay, about the candomblé. So I will play the song. And I also post it on Canvas. Let me start over because I took a minute to put it on the right spot. So it means toda sexta-feira, every Friday. Friday is a holy day in Candomblé. Okay, that religion I just mentioned to you. And people wear white. And if you ever go to Bahia, and I hope some of you will have a chance to go next year or the year after in the study abroad, you have to wear white as a form of respect to their holy day, which is Friday. Okay, so there you go. Enjoy the song.
Toda sexta-feira, toda a roupa é branca, toda a pele é preta, todo mundo canta, todo o céu magenta. Toda sexta-feira, todo canto é santo, e toda conta, toda gota, toda onda, toda moça, toda renda. Toda sexta-feira todo mundo é baiano junto. Toda sexta-feira todo mundo é baiano junto. Toda sexta-feira, toda a roupa é branca, toda a pele é preta, todo mundo canta, todo o céu magenta. Toda sexta-feira, todo canto é santo, toda conta, toda gota, toda onda, toda moça, toda renda. Toda sexta-feira todo mundo é baiano junto. 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 Toda sexta-feira todo mundo é baiano.
So you see here, this video was very well made too. I love it. Every Friday, all the world is baiano, from Bahia together. Okay, so good job for this, José Marinheiro. And let me put it back here so you can understand the lyrics. It's very simple, so it's a perfect song for you at the beginning level. Toda sexta-feira, todo canto é santo. So every Friday, every song is saint. E toda conta, and every conta is like the telling of a story, okay, because it's a very oral tradition, the candomblé is. Toda gota, every drop, every onda, every wave, toda onda. Toda moça, every young lady. Toda renda. Renda is the fabric, like lace of the dresses. So I met people that were born in Candomblé before. I'm friends with one of them. And she tells me that Friday is a day you have to wear white. And she wears many days, not only Fridays, but especially Fridays. She makes sure to wear Friday. And she usually wears a dress with lace. And you saw that in the video too. Some women wearing those lace dresses. And the guys wear some nice suits. They're white. Everybody is baiano. So everybody's from Bahia together. So it's a song of togetherness, of union, and saying that everybody can be peaceful and happy, doing candomblé too. And it's true, many people follow the traditions nowadays. All right, I already took the attendance. I'll make sure to post the song for you so you can listen again. And thanks for being here. I will share the screen with those who need it. Share the video with those who need it when it's ready. Have a good day. And don't forget to answer those questions about the reading for next class. We'll begin with that on Wednesday. Obrigada. Ciao.